Hi there, I'm Jenny, a traffic manager for Studio J. I'm here to tell you how I use Function Point. It's my job to make sure work gets allocated properly and completed on time. To stay informed about jobs coming in, I check my alerts often. Looks like I've got one. We've never done one of these before, so I don't have a ready-made schedule template. That's okay though, I can use the estimate as my starting point. When I do that, the services in the estimate turn into tasks. I usually include external expenses in my schedules. Even though I can't assign tasks to freelancers, I can assign them to internal people. That way, nothing gets overlooked. Services are line items in estimates and invoices, and the buckets are time goes under. Tasks are more specific. They can be assigned to certain people and have their own due dates, and you can have several tasks for a single service. That'll be the case here. I've got a service for copywriting, but I actually want separate deadlines for first, second, and final drafts. So I'll edit the schedule and copy the task a couple times. Since all three tasks are going to the same person, I'll use the batch edit to assign them at once. Another thing I do is add task groups. In this case, I want to organize my schedule by completion milestones. I'll add a few more tasks under my group, attaching each one to a service. That way, people can track time right to the task. As I build the schedule, I keep an eye on resource allocation to make sure I don't overload people. The colored bars show time that's already spoken for. The integrity of this view is one of the reasons I assign tasks for everything, even small jobs, because only tasks with hours, due dates, and assignees show up here. The last thing I need to worry about is the status. Draft means the task isn't ready to be worked on, and it won't show up in anyone's to-do list. Assigned means it's ready to be worked on, and the assignee will see it on his or her dashboard. In progress means it's underway. A task needs to be in progress before it can have time tracked to it. Completed means the assignee thinks the task is done, and confirmed means the boss agrees. Cancelled tasks are ones that don't need to be done. Since the second draft can't start until the first is done, I'll mark the first task as assigned and leave the other two in draft. All done. Now the team is ready to start work. Rumor has it we'll be doing a lot more of these in the future, so I'm going to turn this schedule into a template so I don't have to build it from scratch next time. I'll rename the template to something a little more general and get rid of the company so we can use it for other clients. Looks like I've got another job to schedule. This one's easier though because I've already got a template for website jobs, so I can use that instead of the estimate services. Now, all I have to do is change dates. I can adjust all of them at the same time, keeping the overall length and spacing intact. And of course, I'll mark as assigned the tasks I want people to start right now. There's one more schedule for me to build today. This one's for a really deluxe catalog, bigger than any catalog we've done before. Jonathan, the account executive, asked me to help him build the estimate by figuring out how many hours we'd need to get the job done. Since the estimate doesn't exist yet, I'll create the schedule from scratch. I'll give it a name and fill in the rest of the details I got from Jonathan. Then I'll edit the schedule and add task groups and tasks for everything that needs to be done, making sure I assign services and hours for everything. I won't assign people yet because we don't know if the client's going to approve the estimate. Now, to create the estimate, I can just click the button on this page, say what type of job it is, and who's responsible, and the estimate is ready. Jonathan owes me big time. The job is already active too, so I can track the time I spent building that schedule. Since I didn't assign people though, I don't have to worry about anyone else jumping the gun before the client tells us to go ahead. Sometimes I have tasks too, and when I do, I track time to those. It's not enough to just assign tasks for everything. I also keep tabs on everyone to make sure those tasks are getting done. The full screen task list helps me do that. I can filter it by person or team, or I can view tasks for everyone in the agency. Looks like some of these are overdue, and Jordan's over budget on package design for the new travel kit, but she's only half done. I know the client approved her mock-ups for the Greens Market website though, so I'll mark that one as confirmed. That way, she'll know it's off her plate. I can also pull custom reports from a search through any part of the system. One I do often is a task find. For example, right now I want to know how we're doing on all tasks for Aradia Fitness. From here, I can choose which columns I want to see and how I want to order the information. I can sort headers and produce the results as a CSV or PDF with totals at the bottom. The last thing I want to show is how I give job status updates. I can do that from details pages for individual jobs, or I can do a search and update a bunch of things all at once from the editable list view. And that's about it. Thanks for watching.